Welcome to a world long lost in the shadows of time. A world where titans ruled, not just the land, but the seas and the skies as well. This is the strange and secret world of dinosaurs, rulers of a forgotten Earth. From the terrifying jaws of Leopleurodon, the sea dragon of the Jurassic, to Dunkleosteus, the armored sea monster with a bite that could crush through bone. From Giganotosaurus, the colossal hunter of Patagonia, to Mosasaurus, the ocean's true ruler, striking fear in every living thing below the waves. And above them all, Quetzalcoatlus, the giant predator that turned the skies into its hunting ground. These were not just creatures, they were the rulers of a forgotten Earth. So, let's dive in to the strange and secret world of dinosaurs, rulers of a forgotten Earth.
Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to stand face to face with a predator even bigger than Tyrannosaurus Rex? Imagine the ground trembling, the air filled with dust, and then a shadow looms. A head the size of a car lowers, jaws lined with serrated knives glinting in the sun. This was the world of Giganotosaurus, one of the largest land predators to ever walk the earth. 98 million years ago, in what is now Argentina, the land belonged to giants. Among them, the Giganotosaurus ruled. At over 40 feet long and weighing nearly 8 tons, it rivaled and even surpassed the mighty T-Rex in size. Unlike its northern cousin, Giganotosaurus wasn't slow and lumbering. Its slender build and powerful legs made it fast, capable of sprinting after prey across the hot, open plains. To anything smaller, it was an unstoppable force of nature. What made Giganotosaurus so deadly was its design. Its skull stretched over 5 feet, filled with sharp, serrated teeth, perfect for slicing flesh. Unlike T-Rex, whose bite could crush bone, Giganotosaurus hunted differently. It struck fast, slashing deep wounds, weakening its prey in a relentless pursuit until exhaustion and blood loss brought the kill down. Once you were in its sights, escape was almost impossible. But Giganotosaurus didn't stalk small prey. Fossil evidence suggests it hunted some of the largest animals to ever live. The colossal Argentinosaurus, a plant-eating titan over 100 feet long. No predator could take down a full-grown giant alone, but perhaps Giganotosaurus wasn't always alone. Some paleontologists believe it may have hunted in packs, coordinating attacks to bring down prey, so massive the earth itself shook under its footsteps. Imagine facing not one, but several of these monsters working together. Like all the great dinosaurs, Giganotosaurus vanished when the asteroid struck 66 million years ago. Fire, ash, and famine swept the world, silencing even the greatest predators. But its story didn't end in the dust of extinction. Fossil hunters rediscovered its bones in the 1990s, igniting awe across the world. And in modern times, Giganotosaurus returned to the spotlight, battling T-Rex on the big screen, though in truth, it needed no Hollywood to prove its terror. The real animal was already one of the deadliest predators to ever live. So next time you hear the name Tyrannosaurus, remember? It wasn't the only giant predator that ruled the earth. In the southern lands of ancient Patagonia, another monster walked, the Giganotosaurus. Bigger, faster, just as terrifying. Have you ever imagined a predator so powerful it could bite straight through bone? Not with teeth, but with armored jaws sharp as blades. Picture yourself swimming in ancient seas when suddenly the water goes dark. A shadow looms, a creature armored like a tank, faster than a shark, and hungrier than anything alive today. This was the world of Dunkleosteus, the armored giant of the Devonian seas. 360 million years ago, long before the age of dinosaurs, the seas were ruled by monsters. Dunkleosteus wasn't just a predator, it was a fortress. Growing up to 30 feet long, its head and body were encased in thick, bony plates, turning it into a living tank. But unlike most armored creatures, Dunkleosteus wasn't slow. Its powerful, torpedo-shaped body made it a swift hunter, able to lunge with terrifying speed. In a world where survival meant dominance, Dunkleosteus was the undisputed apex predator. What made Dunkleosteus truly terrifying wasn't just its size, it was its weaponry. Instead of teeth, it had massive sharpened bony blades that worked like self-sharpening scissors, slicing through flesh, bone, and even the armor of other prehistoric fish. Scientists estimate its bite force at over 8,000 pounds per square inch, comparable to a T-Rex, and enough to crush prey in an instant. Fossil evidence suggests Dunkleosteus didn't just eat fish. It tore apart sharks, ammonites, and even its own kind. In the Devonian seas, nothing was safe, not even another Dunkleosteus. But Dunkleosteus didn't swim alone. The Devonian, often called the Age of Fishes, was filled with bizarre creatures. Armored placoderms with spiked jaws, giant sea scorpions the size of a man, and early sharks still finding their place in the food chain. Yet, wherever Dunkleosteus appeared, it ruled. Its dark silhouette alone would have sent other predators fleeing. Unlike ambush hunters, Dunkleosteus could strike fast, tear its prey to pieces, and swallow them whole. It wasn't just another fish, it was the nightmare of its time. But even monsters fall. Around 360 million years ago, the Devonian seas changed. Massive extinction events wiped out most large armored fish, including Dunkleosteus. The seas grew emptier, ecosystems collapsed, and the armored titan disappeared forever. In its place, sharks and other, faster predators rose to power. The reign of Dunkleosteus ended, not in battle but in silence, as the oceans shifted and left the giant behind. So next time you think of sharks as the ocean's ultimate predator, remember Dunkleosteus, the armored nightmare that came long before them, a fish built for destruction. Imagine looking up at the sky expecting to see birds, and instead a shadow blots out the sun. A creature so massive, so alien, it doesn't look real. This isn't a dragon nor a myth, but a real predator that once soared over prehistoric Earth. Its name? Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus was not just another flying reptile. With a wingspan stretching nearly 36 feet as wide as a small airplane, it was one of the largest flying creatures in Earth's history. To the dinosaurs that walked below, its silhouette must have been terrifying. It belonged to a group called Ajdarchid pterosaurs, known for their long necks, sharp beaks, and almost stork-like appearance. But unlike today's storks, this predator wasn't catching tiny fish. It was capable of hunting animals the size of deer. Quetzalcoatlus wasn't just huge, it was built for domination. Wings. Its hollow yet strong bones made its wings light enough to carry its enormous body. Neck. Its extremely long neck acted like a spear, striking down prey with speed. Beak. Sharp, toothless, but deadly, like a razor-sharp pair of forceps. Imagine this. A T-Rex kills a Triceratops. Hours later, Quetzalcoatlus arrives from the skies, landing beside the carcass. With its long beak, it tears flesh from the bones, feasting on the kill without needing to fight. This opportunistic lifestyle gave it an advantage. It didn't always need to risk hunting, but when it did, it could strike fear into anything smaller than itself. Imagine the skies of the late Cretaceous. Suddenly, a shadow falls across the land. Quetzalcoatlus, the giant of the skies, begins its hunt. Sometimes it stalks like a stork, quietly pacing riverbanks, striking with its razor beak to snatch fish, reptiles, even small dinosaurs. Other times it rules the air, gliding silently, then swooping down in a deadly ambush, spearing young dinosaurs before they even know it's there. And when the kill isn't its own, Quetzalcoatlus becomes the scavenger king, circling high, spotting carcasses from miles away, driving off rivals with its sheer size. In every role, hunter, ambusher, scavenger, this winged titan dominated its prehistoric world. What makes this scarier is its size on land. Standing at over 16 feet tall, it towered like a giraffe. Imagine a giraffe with wings and a spear for a face. That's what Quetzalcoatlus looked like. For millions of years, Quetzalcoatlus ruled the skies, but like all prehistoric titans, it vanished during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. About 66 million years ago, when an asteroid impact changed the world forever. Quetzalcoatlus was not a myth nor a fantasy. It was real. A flying predator so massive it stretched the limits of evolution. Its story reminds us that long before humans ruled the skies with airplanes, the Earth was already home to the true lords of the wind. This 66 million years ago, the seas were not safe. They belonged to giants. The Mosasaurus wasn't just another predator. It was the undisputed ruler of the ancient oceans. Stretching up to 50 feet long, this beast was longer than a city bus and packed with over 100 razor-sharp teeth. Its body was built for speed, with a powerful tail that worked like a shark's, propelling it forward in explosive bursts. To smaller prey, the Mosasaurus was death itself, appearing from the depths like a nightmare that couldn't be escaped. What made Mosasaurus so dangerous wasn't just its size, it was its diet. Fossils reveal stomach contents that included giant fish, ammonites with shells thicker than a man's skull, seabirds, and even other marine reptiles. Mosasaurus was a cannibal too, devouring its own kind when the seas grew scarce. With double-hinged jaws like a snake, it could swallow prey whole, dragging it into the darkness with teeth angled backward so nothing could escape once bitten. Imagine the pressure of those jaws. Scientists estimate it rivaled that of the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex. 66 million years ago, an asteroid slammed into Earth, throwing fire into the skies and poisoning the seas. For Mosasaurus, it was the beginning of the end. The oceans that once fed it became dark, filled with ash and collapsing ecosystems. The very prey that Mosasaurus relied on disappeared, and soon so did the monster itself. The oceans grew quiet. The reign of the Mosasaurus ended in the silence of extinction. Yet even in extinction, Mosasaurus never truly died. Fossil hunters in the 18th century first uncovered its massive skull in the Netherlands, sparking awe and fear. Locals called it a sea dragon. And in modern times, Mosasaurus has captured our imaginations again, appearing in films like Jurassic World, where it leapt from the ocean to devour a shark whole. While the movie version is exaggerated, the truth is no less terrifying. The real Mosasaurus didn't need Hollywood effects. It was already nature's perfect sea monster. 160 million years ago, the oceans were not a safe place. They were ruled by monsters. Among them, Liopleurodon was the ultimate predator, measuring up to 30 feet long, with some estimates suggesting even larger individuals. This pliosaur was a powerhouse of muscle and teeth. Unlike long-necked plesiosaurs, Liopleurodon had a compact, torpedo-shaped body built for explosive bursts of speed. Its massive flippers worked like underwater wings, propelling it with incredible agility. To prey swimming nearby, the dark silhouette of Liopleurodon meant only one thing: death was seconds away. What made Liopleurodon so deadly was its weaponry. Its skull alone stretched nearly 10 feet long, armed with teeth the size of bananas, designed to pierce through flesh and bone with ease. Fossil studies suggest it had one of the most powerful bites of any marine reptile, strong enough to crush giant fish, plesiosaurs, and even other pliosaurs. As the Jurassic seas gave way to the Cretaceous, new predators rose. Mosasaurs and larger pliosaurs began to dominate, and ecosystems shifted. Leopleurodon, once the apex hunter, eventually vanished from the oceans. Like so many giants, its reign ended not with a fight, but with extinction. The seas grew quieter, but the legend of the monster remained. Today, Leopleurodon's fossils continue to capture imaginations. Its gigantic skulls, studded with blade-like teeth, show us the face of a true ocean nightmare. It became a star in documentaries like Walking with Dinosaurs, where it was portrayed as a 75-foot leviathan. While scientists now believe it was smaller, the real Leopleurodon was terrifying enough. An apex predator perfectly adapted for domination. It doesn't need exaggeration. It was already a living submarine of death. So the next time you think of great ocean predators, remember Leopleurodon, the Jurassic hunter with jaws that could crush bone and the power to rule the seas. It may be gone, but the oceans still hold mysteries, and who knows what shadows swim in the depths today. This is no-chill nature. If you love exploring the monsters that time forgot, from sea dragons to prehistoric beasts, don't forget to subscribe and join us for more stories that will leave you amazed.